Hey there guys, how's it going? I figured today I'd come out here and talk a little bit about Hobo Forge and kind of my thoughts on the knives that I have from him and what I think about Jason as a human. To give some background, I'm a Hobo Forge brand ambassador, but I want to say that that does not influence my opinion about any of his tools whatsoever. I'm not going to give you a I'm not going to say something good if it's not. But I do want to go ahead and preface by saying Jason's tools are solid. And that's because he knows what he's doing as a maker. If you don't know, Jason Smith is the owner of Hobo Forge. He's an ex-SEER instructor, pretty knowledgeable dude in the world of primitive skills, all things survival and bushcraft. And to me, has become a really great friend and mentor to me since meeting him about a year and some odd months ago. But yeah, I figured we'd just go through what blades I have from him so far and what I think of them so far. So number one, we'll go ahead and start with, we'll work our way smallest to biggest. So number one, and I'm actually carrying it in my pocket right now, is the Pocket Pukco. The Pocket Pukco is a 1095 Scandinavian Pukco. This is a great little knife for little bits of carving here and there if you need to make a few cuts on your friction fireboard and just do some small carving stuff. Now that doesn't mean you can't do big things like baton with it. I've batoned with it. I've batoned some fat wood with it and found it to be pretty good. You can do a lot of like reduction cuts around the sides with it and it tends to hold up really, really well. It's just a great little carving blade to have on you. And any of the Pocket series, so when I say like Pocket blank, they come with this. This is the Pocket sheath made by Freedom Leather Co. And it just sits inside of your pants pocket with a clip on the outside. I like to keep mine with a little bit of a lanyard so I can pull it out a little bit easier. But yeah, so it just clips in to my dominant side pocket. And that way it's not on the belt, it's not super overt, it's a little bit more covert. And it still is a very capable tool. All of Jason's knives are forged and then run through kind of a finalization to make them similar to the other ones. You're not gonna get this exact Pukco or this exact other knife that I have from him. They're all gonna be slightly different, which is really cool to me because it's my Pukco. There's not gonna be another one like it exactly. So all of his knives have a really sharp 90-degree spine. His Scandi is killer. Handle scales are really nice. This is black walnut and red liners. Very, very nice, simple, utilitarian. So that's the Pocket Pukco. The one up next is the Pocket Forager. It's a little bit bigger. And it is also 1095. 90-degree spine, black walnut, handle scales and red G10 liners. A little bit of a 4-inch blade. Yeah, about a 4-inch blade. This one's great as like a mid-sized pocket carry. I like carrying this one when I'm out in the woods a lot and having to do a lot of carving. This is a great carving knife because of that size and just overall shape. And the Scandi on it is also ridiculously sharp. And it performs great. Makes some great feathers for feather sticks and carves a friction fire set really good. I've been to Jason's Skillshare the past any time that it's really happened. I've been to every single one, and I was doing the bow drill competition at this past one and the one before, and I won it using just this knife. I didn't use a saw or anything else. I used just this knife to process my entire set, which was really cool to be able to do. So wicked sharp, creates some really nice curls, good spine on it, drilling really great. Probably my favorite out of the Pocket lineup is the Forager. But yeah, same deal, a little bit of a bigger pocket sheath. But yeah, pocket sheath with it with a clip on the outside, just glides into the pants really nicely. Next up is this one. This is actually what I got for winning the bow drill competition. It's a forged Blacksmith knife. So the tang's just wrapped around and it's got an edge on it. It's really, really cool because a lot of these Blacksmith knives that I've seen aren't actually usable. This one is. I mean, it's just a super nice little carving knife. I plan on making a like rawhide buckskin style sheath, kind of long hunter style, 18th century style. But for now, it is in my special Cliff Bar and 100-mile-an-hour tape sheath that I have for it. It's got a little bead on it. It's leather. I don't know what the steel is. I believe it's 1095. But yeah, really nice little knife. I might make a neck knife sheath for it, and that'd be really cool. So really cool concept and design. The next one is the Bindle. This is one that I won 2 skills events ago for the overall skills event. So I won rabbit stick throwing, or I got the most points out of all these events, which was rabbit stick throwing, knife throwing, out lateral accuracy, and a bow drill competition, as well as making a trap. And this one's probably been my most carried. I like it the best for my belt knife in the woods. It's got a flat grind on it with a little micro bevel. It's got green micarta scales, which is super cool. These are by Woodcraft Designs. Him and Jason work a lot together. What I really like about him, Woodcraft Designs, is that he's actually out there doing really cool stuff with micarta. His big thing is that he does a lot of micarta from veterans who have uniforms that they want to get turned into something a little bit more useful. So he turns them into scales, and then Jason can make you a knife, which is really awesome. I know a few buddies of mine who have had uniforms turned into knife scales, which is a great way of keeping that memory alive. And again, wicked sharp. Wicked sharp. You could very easily carve a whole tri-stick with this very quickly. Just a quick little V-notch. But yeah, that's riding in a Freedom Leather Co. belt sheath, which I really like. It's got a little glow-in-the-dark bead and a little lanyard. So those are all the belt knives, basically belt and pocket knives. We're going to get into the 2 big blades. This was my prize last time for winning the Flint and Steel competition, the Hobo Forge gathering. This is the Terra Beast. It's a whopping big blade. I think of it as like a woods cleaver. It's really cool. Even though it's huge, it's still stanky sharp. Like scary sharp. I would carve a tri-stick with this any day. The kind of forward leading edge is really nice to have on there for your small detail work. Kind of a big chopping blade. I'll film some footage here and put it in here. Show how well it chops and how well it does, but it's got 2 positions on here. It's got more of a close-up detail, and then you can slide back. It's got a bead on there, and actually the same micarta as my Bindle, so I have the matching winners set now, I guess. Yeah, it chops really nice. Yeah, basically a big woods cleaver. Again, 90-degree spine for striking ferro rods, scraping, whatever you may need a 90-degree spine for. Yeah, again, really nice. And then it comes in one of Jason's signature sheaths. This coloring is really his style. I asked for green stitching to match the micarta scales. I also have a bead on here that matches that. So yeah, Terror Beast. I'm going to film a whole video on this because the unboxing of this knife was very fun to do. So yeah. And then this one's probably my favorite out of the whole lined up. And I realized we missed a knife. We're going to have to go back. But this is the Instructor Heavy. Now, this is kind of a bigger blade overall, kind of a chopper. I would say more of a field knife kind of deal. Jason designed this in collaboration with Ed at Allegheny Frontier. Really awesome Instagram page. Go check him out. I have this set up kind of as a survival setup. So I have paracord wrapped in here. I have a Leicester River survival kit pouch that I can fill up with goodies. And then I have a sling on it for throwing on my body. This guy is probably my favorite. It's just big enough to have some weight for chopping, you know, taking down some small brush and what have you. But it's also thin enough to where I can still do some nice carving and not feel like I'm being kind of weighed down by the weight of the overall blade stock. But yeah, super sharp. Again, nice sharp spine. And I went with curly maple and red G10 liners. And I have this on a thumb lanyard right here to wrap around the back of my hand for safe and effective chopping. I'll film videos of me chopping with both the two big choppers so y'all can see how they work. But yeah, I really like this one. If I had to choose one knife to take into the woods, I'd pick this guy just because of the overall length. It's not too big to where I feel like I'm carrying around a hunk of steel, and it's not lightweight enough to where I couldn't go through some brambles or delimetry. But yeah. And then the one I missed, which I shouldn't have, was my Instructor. This is the Instructor Heavy. This is the Instructor, and then there's one more called the Instructor Light. The Instructor was one of Jason's designs that he based off of his experience at the Sears School. It's called the Instructor because a instructor helped him design it. I believe it was Ed, but if Jason is in the comments, I'm sure he will correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, again, another very sharp knife. Jason gets his knives wicked sharp, and I really think that's awesome. They're easy to maintain too. Kind of a 5-inch blade. What I have on here is black walnut scales and then cocobolo on that side with red liners. Jason totally didn't mean to mix it up, but I think it's way cool. And then I have a little bit of goon tape right there to thicken up that grip just a little bit. But yeah, also carves. Super nice. You could chop with this, but it's definitely lends itself to being a really nice field knife. But yeah, so that is all my Hobo Forge knives. Oh, the Instructor is in a special sheath that I based off of my Buffalo Cove Bushcrafter sheath that Freedom Leather Code made for me. So it's just mounted cross draw like that. But yeah, I figured I'd come out here and show all these off. And yeah, thank y'all for watching. If you wouldn't mind, please subscribe and share this video. Put in the comments what you liked out of all these models. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments as well. Hope you all have a good rest of your week. Thank you for watching.